It's Melavan. I'm back with some more boxing. Shawn Showtime Porter is going against Keith one-time Thurman. You know, this is going to be an amazing fight. As you guys know, I'm going to bring my predictions, my breakdown, and my review about this. Shawn Showtime Porter. You know, one of my favorites, for sure. Keith Thurman is also a favorite. But Showtime, he brings to the table something that you guys seen the old school boxers do. They want to fight anyone, at any time, any place, anywhere. As long as you sign that name on that dotted line, it's Showtime. And I'm looking forward to it. Let's talk about his record. He defeated AB, Adrian Bronner, who was about a whole bunch of other things. But after he got an ass whipping by Shawn Showtime Porter, he became about boxing again. Eric Bone defeated Eric Bone at KO in the 5th round. He defeated Paulie Malignaggi TKO in the 4th round. He defeated Devin Alexander. Also defeated Julio Diaz, Phil LaGreco, Alfonso Gomez, Hector Munez. A couple great fights for Shawn Showtime Porter. The record speaks for itself. 26 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 16 KOs, 57% KO rating. Age 27 years old, height is 5'7". You know, one thing we've got from Shawn Showtime Porter, and his losses and his wins, is we got a chance to see his pluses and his minuses, his positives and his negatives. When he fought Adrian Bronner, he was dominating the fight. But Adrian Bronner, who has quick hand speed and power, was able to earn a devastating knockdown in the 12th round of their fight. Was able to show a weakness in Shawn Showtime Porter's defense. With the left hook, Porter was dropped in the 12th round. Even though he was dominating the fight, that seemed like a well-prepared plan by the Broner camp. But, however, we all know how tough Shawn Porter is. He was able to get back up and also, in many people's eyes, win that round. When he fought Kell Brook, he was put against put against competition. And Kell Brook defeated Shawn Showtime Porter. And in his defeat, there was a lot of holds. But then you were able to see that Porter's defense was able to be penetrated. Also, he was able to be tamed somewhat in a way with those clinches. He also sustained a cut on his right eye, whether it was headbutt or by contact. It still was a mark to be remembered. He drawed with Julio Diaz. Now I say this for last because this is very important in my my breakdown and my review, my prediction video, especially when fighters have the same fighter that they fought. I always use that fighter as a ruler, as a measuring stick. Let's go to the Keith one-time Thurman, WBA World Welterweight Champion, known as one-time, 26 years old, 5'7.5", fighting at Clearwater, Florida. His record speaks for itself. Okay, Keith Thurman is 26-0, and for sure, Keith Thurman's record with 22 KOs speaks for itself. His last fight was Luis Collazo, who he retired in the 7th round. Defeated Robert the Ghost Guerrero by unanimous decision. Guerrero has fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. and other great names. Luis Collazo fought Ricky Hatton and other great names. Leonard Bundu, who was undefeated at the time, 31-0, was finally defeated by the Keith one-time Thurman. Julio Diaz, who drawed with Shawn Porter and then lost to Shawn Porter, was retired by Keith Thurman in the 3rd round. Diego Gabriel Chavez, who was an elite fighter in my eyes, not in many people's eyes, but in my eyes, who was a fighter at the time, was undefeated. And this fight was for the WBA World Welterweight, interim World Welterweight title. And this same Diego Chavez, the same Diego Chavez that drawed with WBO Welterweight Champion, WBO Welterweight Champion, let's say it again, WBO Welterweight Champion Timothy Bradley. This is the same Diego Gabriel Chavez who was defeating Bam Bam Brandon Rios until the judges disqualified it. Chavez is not no regular fighter. He's a dangerous person. He is now going to fight Kell Brook, and we're going to wait to see what happens there. Keith Thurman also defeated Jesus Soto Karass, who defeated Andre Berto, who recently fought Floyd Mayweather. As a matter of fact, Jesus Soto Karass was coming off a KO win against Andre Berto when he fought Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman was the one to slow him down in his tracks. Jan Zabic, 32-2 at the time, with his good work, and Keith Thurman defeated him by unanimous decision. Okay. Carlos Quintana. Now that guy was 29-3 at the time, and early in his career, Keith Thurman, a little early in his career, TKO'd this guy in the 4th round. Orlando Lara is another one of them. Definitely a gatekeeper, definitely a proven fighter. Definitely one of those journeymen that can fight very well. Orlando Lara, and at the time he was younger. This is about 3 years ago. Going almost 4 years now because 2016 is around the corner, right? Orlando Lara was defeated by Keith Thurman. And that was a little early in Keith Thurman's career, And one of the fights that I like a lot, which a lot of people don't think is a big deal, Keith Thurman fought a guy called Martizi Logan, and that was early in his career. And that guy had about 65, 64 fights. I don't know. He was 36-2, which gives him, 62, I think? Was that? It should be 62, 64 fights, right? So he killed that guy in 3 rounds, and that guy had way more experience than Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman probably had only 10 fights, 10 fights in, not even, and he just, that's when you knew for sure that this guy had some KO power. Keith Thurman has a passive aggressive style where he calls it yin and yang, and you've seen it when he fought Bundu, where he came forward and came backwards. It was up to his fighter at the time. When he was in the ring, he was going by what his fighter was doing, trying to adapt to his fighter. When he fought Soto Karass, who came forward, these guys seen he fought differently. The fight with Guerrero, he fought differently. When he fought Bundu, you've seen him get on his bicycle here and there. Now, some people like to say, Keith Thurman gets on his bicycle is a bad thing. Well, Keith Thurman knows how to use his bicycle when necessary. This is the key to Keith Thurman's success, is knowing when to get in and when to get out. Yin and yang. And knowing and understanding there's balance. Okay? There's balance in these fights. Shawn Porter has balance, but not the type of balance that we're looking for. He has good balance on his feet, and, he has good movement. But he's all about attack, and he can fight on the outside, he can fight on the inside, but he's all about attack, and he does have some defense, and I don't want to say nothing bad about him. He's a great fighter. However, when you put Thurman in there with Porter, on the other hand, is going to have to be able to take a punch, and I don't think Porter can take a punch. And why do I say that? Is because when Porter got hit with a clean punch by Adrian Bronner, because he's used to smothering people. And if Porter finds somebody he can't smother, he's not going to KO him, as you've seen in many of his fights. If he can't smother you, he's not going to KO you. If he can smother you, you're going to get KO'd. You know what I mean? You're going to get KO'd. Adrian Bronner is not a true welterweight. Never been a true welterweight. He's actually a lightweight. He's actually, he's actually way small. He's never been a true 147. He's really, truly a 130-pounder. Okay? And Porter got knocked down in the 12th round by Adrian Bronner, who hasn't really knocked anybody out since he was in 147. But one thing for sure that he did before he left 147 was knock Shawn Porter down before he left 147. And with the one-time power that Keith Thurman contains, he will knock the show out of Showtime, and it will be one time. Keith Thurman's power will definitely suspend any I mean, all the durability that Shawn Porter has, all the skill, technique, all of the dedication, the heart. You know, when you get hit, you get hit. You know, and Kenny Porter is probably the trainer of the year. However, you know, when I heard Kenny Porter say that he totally disregarded the instructions I gave him in the 12th round and he got knocked down, that means that if he doesn't remember everything like he's told, I mean, I heard it before that he's a robot. Maybe it's not. I don't say he's a robot. He's one of my favorite fighters. So I don't want to talk bad. But if Kenny, you let the world see that. I understand that, you know, that Keith Thurman had his situation with Luis Collazo. Luis Collazo's a lefty. You know what I mean? That's his power punch. He's supposed to hit Thurman that hard. He's supposed to do that. All right? Matter of fact, I think Thurman was baiting him, you know? But Thurman already put enough work to take that guy out. That guy was taking heavy punishment to land that heavy shot. Are you going to be able to take that heavy punishment, Shawn Porter? I don't think so. Because a true welterweight hits you. I know a guy who's not a true welterweight hits you, and you went down. So when you finally fight a true welterweight with true power, with the one-time power, I don't think you'll be able to stand. You were able to get back up. I don't believe so against Keith Thurman. I seen Keith Thurman lay Soto Carras out. I seen him lay Chavez out. You know, I seen Keith Thurman lay out a couple guys. You know, I watched both you guys closely. You know, and Keith Thurman is just, he doesn't leave it to the judges, man. And you've left several fights to the judges. And you know, you guys can say what they want to say about him. I mean, out of his last 6, right? He has 4 KOs. So say what you want to say. You know, whether the referee got to jump in or the corner has to throw in a towel or whatever you guys want to call it. The person gets up at the stool, it's a KO. You know what I mean? And is Keith one-time Thurman. He's definitely lived up to his name. And, you know, like we all say, hands down, man down. But with the power that Keith Thurman, you know, contains, you know, it's not about hands down, man down. He's going to break through your defense and take you down. Keith Thurman is not going to allow Shawn Porter to smother him. Shawn Porter is going to be held at bay with power, speed, and accuracy, which we all know Keith Thurman has. You know, I know this fight is coming because, you know, Keith Thurman's not afraid of nobody. You know, Keith Thurman can definitely knock out Shawn Porter. So my thing is, it's going to be Keith Thurman is going to win by KO, 8th or 9th round. And if it goes towards the 10th, then I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know for a fact, 8th or 9th round, 7th round, you're going to already see it happen. It might even happen in the 7th. You know what I mean? But 8th or 9th round, Keith Thurman by KO. I mean, I'm going to see Shawn Porter hit the ground. And it's going to be very similar to like what happened with Adrian Bronner. One of those slick, fast, overhand rights or lefts, you know, land right in the money, right in the chin for the win. And he's going to fall. And the referee, he's going to have a lot of heart. He's going to try to get back up like Zab Judah did with Kazuyu, right? And that's going to be similar knockout you're going to see. You're going to see a very similar knockout where Shawn Porter's going to try to get back up. He's going to do the stinky leg. He's going to do the pepper seed. He's going to do the Dougie. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do the butterfly, but he won't get back up. He's going to be down. You know, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Mel Living with Boxing. And I'm voting for Keith Thurman to defeat Shawn Showtime Porter with the one-time, right, probably left, because I seen the left get in there. You know what I'm saying? Most likely going to be a left hook right on the chin for the win. Until next time, it's Mel Living with Boxing. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.